this constituency. And in Haina home, Ozolani, Obidiane Ma, I nekele Madunile, Kama, Anyaga Hapo, Ngaina president, the Nandola say, Lobua Honele Japishin Jojo, Alawa Council, Mr. President, only one thing in Gaforo, in the Chalanyego, Nyaninda, Nyanimo, when Gaforo no Gafo, what you had Nnamdi Kanu, Tanin Suike, Mula Mamano, Galeno, Mamano, Galeno.
Thank you, distinguished Senator Nnamdi Senator representing the good people of Abia South, Senator.
Nnamdi Kanu has come out to say nobody should beg President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his release. If today is your first time of coming across this channel, can you like this video? Please share, comment for more political discourse. That video you just watched now is a video of Senator Nnamdi Kanu appealing, begging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am not against Senator Nnamdi Kanu. Senator Nnamdi Kanu has been a very a good senator advocating for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When Buhari arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2015, he was the one who stood as shorty, as guarantor for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So he is the only one advocating, and Senator Alex Oti, for the release of Senator Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So these two individuals, I will not group them. I will not include them in my discussion today. But fasten your seatbelt as we embark on this journey. Now, one thing is, in Nigeria, there is a law meant for two different tribes. A law for the Igbos, and the other law is for the Fulanis. We've seen on diverse occasions where the presidency are negotiating with bandits, and yet nobody in the presidency or nobody in the government circle has come out to proscribe bandits, a terrorist group. And this is a group who are going about destroying lives of properties, buying people, buying innocent people on a daily basis. They are buying people on a daily basis. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention since 2021. That he was illegally arrested and rendition from Kenya, and then the Federal High Court in Abuja came out with a ruling that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, and up to date the federal government has not obeyed that court injunction. Why has the federal government choosing to use Nnamdi Kanu as a scapegoat? And now Kanu spoke through his lawyer, Aloy Ejiwako. He said no Igbo leaders should beg for his release. Yes, because it is so disheartening that some of these leaders during the day they will pretend as if they are in support, they are backing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up, but at night they are going behind Mazi Kanu to stab him. They are going to Asoro to hold meetings with the presidency not to release Mazi Kanu, as allegedly reports by his lawyer Aloy Ejiwako, that most of Igbo leaders are the one fueling the no release of Mazi Kanu, for him to stay long in detention. This is the current situation Nnamdi Kanu and challenge Kanu is having. Because all these Efulefu governors, some of the Southern governors, and apart from Alesoti, who has been so vocal, who has been reaching out to the president, who has been making moves to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is released, and Senator Inaya Abadibe. Aside from these two individuals, none of the Southeastern governors want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. None of them want Kanu to be released because they see Kanu as threat, an enemy to the Southeast, knowing fully well that Kanu influence and dominance in the Southeast would open the eyes of every Igbo man. And Kanu has been saying it, has warned a lot of people about the Fulani invasion. And now the Fulani invasion is being eaten hard on every Nigerians, not the Southeastern alone. Everybody in the year and woto now. Because of what? Because of division. The Nigerian government might take anything. The Nigerian government can go to any length to take anything, accept all the. But when it comes to division, when it comes to anyone preaching or selling that ideology of division, Nigerian government fear by you. They fear by you. The insecurity that is terrorizing the country, nothing has been done to put an end to it. Nothing. Rather they are negotiating with bandits. Or is it because bandits is not calling for the division of Nigeria? That is why they are silent. That is why they are silent. But because Nnamdi Kanu is calling for the division of Nigeria, he's saying let's divide this entity called Nigeria because it will not work. And that is true. There have been problem upon problem ever since Nigeria got our independence. Since 1960, it has been from one problem to the other problem. And the Fulanis are pushing for their conquest. We've seen how the Fulanis have literally taken all over Kwara State, that about 7 local governments are under siege in Kwara State. 7 good local governments. So you want people to fold, to close their eyes, and their lives is being cut short. There's a particular local government in Kwara State, Okeode, that people have fled their state. People have fled their state. And that is why Kanu is saying nobody should beg for his release. Because a federal court has given an injunction for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, but President Muhammadu Buhari, the former president, then refused to release him. Now that we have a Southern president, what is wrong with, why can't the Southern president release Nnamdi Kanu? The same Kanu that said that filed a no case submission, but his case was overturned by Justice Omotosho. They know the game they are playing. They literally want to keep Nnamdi Kanu in that DSS confinement just to buy him. They won't buy the man. They won't, because they know how influential that man is. They just won't buy the man. And this man warned against this. Some days ago, the US government made a shocking revelation, a genocide about buying Christians. They pretended and acted as if nothing happened. And those orchestrating this evil are the Fulanis. And nobody is going about these Fulanis. Because the Fulanis are not pushing for division. If the Fulanis are pushing for division, you will see that the government of the day would wake up and go after them. But one thing that is very certain is that no matter the propaganda, it will not save one Nigeria. Because this contraption called Nigeria, no matter how we tend to patch it, how we tend to bind it, how we tend to control everything, it no fit work. And that is why Nnamdi Kanu has called the Igbos saboteurs, the evil leaders that don't beg for my release, that it is in his constitutional right to call for separation, to call for agitation. It is enshrined in our constitution, enshrined in the United Nations Charter, that if as a tribe you are not pleased in that contraption you find yourself, you are at liberty to go about agitation peacefully. And Kanu has been championing this agitation peacefully. He has been championing it peacefully. But we see that some elements in government are just bent to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention, because how can you, since 2021 that Kanu has been tried, you've been trying him till now. First, it was Justice Binta Nyako that came on board. After Justice Binta Nyako, now Justice Omotosho. Now, after Justice Omotosho, who will be the next person to take over Nnamdi Kanu's case? Just because they want to prove a point, just because they want to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention. These people knows what they are doing, and the Igbo leaders and saboteurs are also in support of them. They are supporting them, because if they are not supporting them, the Igbo leaders would have given the federal government an ultimatum to release Nnamdi Kanu, and yet nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. So all the Igbo leaders who are frustrating the effort of Nnamdi Kanu, shame on you. Shame on you. Because if it was a Fulani man that was incarcerated in the DSS confinement, the DSS facility, the Fulani government would have looked for a way to go and release him. Ever since Sheikh Gumi has been negotiating with the bandits, as DSS close their eyes, is DSS not saying Sheikh Gumi? Why has DSS not gone after Sheikh Gumi? Why has DSS not arrested him? Because there are two laws in Nigeria, one for the Igbo tribe and one for the superior people. That is what is happening. That is what that alone is keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention. That alone is keeping Nnamdi, because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man. Because he's an Igbo man, the law would catch up with him. But if he's a Fulani man, the law would not catch up with Nnamdi Kanu. That is the contraption we found ourselves. For how long can we continue fooling ourselves? President Tinubu, I would always tell you that one Nigeria would not work, no matter how we tend to pretend. How we pretend. After the 8 years now, power will go back to the north and Fulani will take over. And don't be surprised if the Fulani refuse to let power come back to the south. I'm advising you, release Nnamdi Kanu now and balkanize Nigeria. and divide Nigeria, because the unity of Nigeria is not sacrosanct. If today is the first time I've come across this channel, please can you like this video? Please share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you. The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work, and then it has never been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed, in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that One Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Mazi Samonepa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? Who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samonepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samonepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are waiting to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samonepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Samonepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government. That Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I say that Samonepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Samonepa is innocent of all